Think about the last time you blushed. Maybe someone complimented you in front of a group. Maybe you said something wrong in a meeting. Maybe you walked into the wrong room. Your face turned red. You felt it happening. And the worst part? You couldn't stop it. No other animal on Earth does that. Not chimpanzees, not dogs, not any of the thousands of species that share our evolutionary history. Blushing is uniquely, exclusively human. And for most of history, nobody could explain why.
Charles Darwin spent years studying human and animal expression. He wrote an entire book about it in 1872. Blushing stopped him cold. He called it the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. Not because it was complicated, because it made no sense.
Every other emotional expression has an obvious function. Fear widens the eyes to improve peripheral vision. Anger flares the nostrils to increase oxygen intake. Disgust wrinkles the nose to block smells. These are useful responses. They help the organism survive. Blushing does the opposite. It reveals you. It marks you. It makes you visible at exactly the moment you most want to disappear.
Here is what actually happens when you blush. Your sympathetic nervous system fires. It releases adrenaline. Your heart rate increases, and in your face, something specific happens that doesn't happen anywhere else in your body. The blood vessels in your cheeks contain unique receptors that respond to adrenaline by dilating instead of constricting. Blood rushes in. Your face turns red.
You cannot fake it. You cannot produce it voluntarily, and you cannot stop it once it starts. It is one of the only human responses completely beyond conscious control, triggered not by physical danger, but by social awareness.
So why does it exist? If blushing betrays you, if it marks you as guilty or embarrassed, why would evolution preserve it for hundreds of thousands of years? Evolutionary psychologists argued about this for decades, and the answer is not what most people expect.
If you want to know why your body betrays you in social situations, and what that says about how human society actually holds together, the answer is coming. Stay with us.
Blushing didn't evolve to protect you. It evolved to protect the group. Researcher Peter de Jong at the University of Groningen has studied blushing for over 20 years. His conclusion? Blushing is an involuntary honesty signal.
When you blush, you communicate something your words cannot fake, and your face cannot hide. You communicate that you understand you have violated a social norm, that you feel accountable, that you care what the group thinks. In a 2011 study, people who blushed after a social mistake were rated as more trustworthy than people who did not blush. The blush didn't make the mistake worse. It made the person more trusted. In small, early human groups, everyone had to trust everyone else. Defection could destroy the whole group. The most dangerous person was not the one who made mistakes. It was the one who made mistakes and felt nothing. Blushing made that harder. A person who blushes cannot fully fake innocence. The body gives them away. The blush was not a weakness. It was a credential.
Here is something the research consistently finds. The people who blush most are not the least confident. They are the most socially aware. Psychologist Ray Crozier at Cardiff University found that people who blush easily score higher on empathy, social sensitivity, and conscientiousness. The blush is not a failure of self-control. It is evidence of social intelligence running at high intensity.
No other animal blushes because no other animal needs to.
Blushing requires something most species don't have: a persistent awareness of how you appear to others. The ability to imagine yourself from the outside, to feel shame not just as pain, but as social information. Psychologists call this self-conscious emotion, and the capacity for it is one of the things that most sharply separates human cognition from almost every other animal on the planet. You blush because you are aware of being seen, because you carry a model of other minds inside your own. Darwin called it the most human of all expressions. He was right, but not in the way he thought. It is most human not because it is most embarrassing. It is most human because it is most honest. It is the one response your body produces that you cannot perform, cannot fake, and cannot take back. Every time someone blushes, they are doing something no other animal on Earth can do. They are telling the truth with their face.
If this made you think differently about something you have done your whole life, that is exactly what this channel is for. Subscribe to Wrong Instinct. New video every week.